Alright, hello everybody, Richard Batman here. Oh, there's a cat. There's a cat. Get out of here. Alright, get in the way. Hello everybody, Richard Batman here. Sorry if I sound a bit hoarse and a little bit quiet. It's pretty early in the morning. So, yeah, but today we are, making pancakes. More specifically, making bacon pancakes and cooking stuff with Richard Batman. Hell yeah. But yeah, so the ingredients I'm gonna be using just some, regular old standard pancake mix. Really, any works. I'm just using this one. Some, sorry, I had to sneeze. Some butter, of course. So, bowl. One of these cooking things. I love these things. These like flat things. You can change the texture. These things are great. Get yourself one of these things if you want to make more pancakes. I got a LaCroix just because I'm pretty thirsty. Nice. And then, most importantly, is the bacon. Now, currently, right now, I have some pre-cooked bacon. This is fully cooked, so I'm just gonna have to reheat it. But yeah, it's fully cooked. But if you don't have fully cooked bacon, you just have normal bacon. Just make sure when you do heat up, because I'm going to be heating up the bacon on here. When you do cook it, make sure to fully cook it. You don't want to undercook bacon. I've heard it can give you salmonella, kind of like chicken can. So you want to be careful with that. So yeah, but the first step we are going to do is before we assemble the pancakes, we got to cook that bacon because the bacon needs the pancakes. And also, we're not going to use a second pan. It's part of the trick to making excellent bacon pancakes is you want to make the pancakes and the bacon on the same tray. So we're going to heat up these bacons right on here. All right, one other thing I forgot to mention is I'm gonna actually dice the bacon before throwing them on. So I'm just gonna kind of rip it apart in several, because this is pre-cooked, I can dice it up and put it on there, so it's gonna cook quicker when it's diced. However, you can do it sliced, and then you just have to remember to dice it afterwards, because we're not gonna put strips of bacon in the pancakes. We're gonna have built-in little bits of bacon. So make sure they're diced in good-sized pieces. Put it on there, and we're not gonna be fully obviously cooking it because it's already pre-cooked. We're just gonna be heating it to get some of that bacon fat on there, and also just get some, fresher tasting bacon. All right, now that we got the bacon into good-sized chunks, I didn't show that on camera. I need both hands to cut. I have this thing on at around 300 or so, maybe closer to 350, 340, doesn't matter. We're just gonna put all of that just directly on there. And yeah, make sure I can hear it sizzling a little bit. I was worried that was too cold. But yeah, just spread that out so it has a nice amount of room to actually cook or thaw or whatever your case is, depending if you have pre-cooked or not pre-cooked bacon. That's probably the most important part. But yeah, we're gonna let that sit and until we see kind of all the bacon fat come out. Like I said, we don't want to remove that bacon fat. Probably one of the most important steps to doing that is leaving the bacon fat on the pan, because when you put the pancakes on, it leaves a really, really nice crust on that. Oh, you can hear it sizzling already. Yeah, it's smelling good. I should probably open a window or something just in case. Well, I'm not gonna burn anything. This isn't, the smash burger thing where someone's gonna burn it. It's just gonna smell pretty bacony, which I know some people in the house don't like the smell, so I might turn on a candle or something because, yeah, but there you go. We're gonna do that, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna make the actual pancake batter. All right, so I got the bacon all out there. You can still see the pan looks nasty because it has all that bacon grease on there. I do have a candle lid, so yeah, it should make it smell better. But I got all the little bacon bits in this little container here, so we can use those when mixing it in. But I'm having it there so it can cool off a little bit before officially using it. So this is the pancake mix we're using today. Just some random mix. Most of these mixes they make nowadays don't need egg. So all you really need to add is say just water. However, since these are advertised as buttermilk pancakes, it usually is better to just to add to add milk. It usually tastes a lot better. That's the secret to some of these. Instead of just adding plain old water, to add milk, cream, or buttermilk. I don't have buttermilk or cream. I just have milk. So unfortunately, I'm just gonna be adding some milk. But like I said, you can add water, but that's kind of the basic thing to do. And we're not basic here, and it tastes a lot better, trust me, if you use some milk. So they do have measurements on these, you know, for portions, how much to serve for each person. But these are super inaccurate. Don't use these. Just make a good amount. And I just eyeball it every time. So pour a whole bunch of that in there. It's gonna be tricky to do with one hand because I'm holding a camera with the other hand. But there you go. Boom. Just get a good amount in there. I'm making it for, you know, 3 people this morning. Gotta, you know, 5 in the morning to make this because everyone has to go do their things. So, sorry, got a little bit of right hand. So that looks like a good amount. You know, you can make more, you can make less, and you know, you want to eyeball. You don't want, when you're mixing it, you want consistency. It isn't too thick or, you know, isn't too thin. So I'm gonna get a little whisk here. Oh, never seen this one. Little whisk. Ooh-yee. So, yeah, little whisk. And then, like I said, all you do is you add the milk, and then you kind of, I'll add a little bit, mix, see how it looks, and then depending on how it looks, add a little bit more, add a little bit less. So, like I said, add the mix, and I can already tell now that I'm gonna need a lot more. So, it doesn't take that long to mix this stuff. It mixes fairly easily, but you can still see the pancake is very thick. We're gonna have an extremely thick pancake. So because of that, I just add a little bit more. I know people say cooking, you know, it's like a science exact, but it's not super exact. You know, you could get away with not doing it exactly right and still having a fairly good result. So sorry, the bowl is spinning. Ah, cat! He's trying to get my bacon. Don't let the cat get the bacon. That's another rule. It's like playing Five Nights at Freddy's. I got, you know, check both sides. See if there's a cat there gonna attack my food. You can see there, slightly bitter. However, it's not gonna be very pourable. So again, like I said, just add a little bit more until it's that kind of, you know, consistency you want. And if it's too thin, simple, you just add more of the mix. So it looks like we're almost at the right consistency. Here, let's see here. Might even be a bit too liquidy. Just need to stir it up a little bit more. Get, like I said, you want to get the right consistency, and I'd say that's pretty good. It's pretty pourable. It's gonna be fairly thin. It's usually better to go thinner than thicker than you want. Yeah, because if you think it's too thin, I think that's usually the point when it's good to put it in. Because you don't want, like I said, you don't want the pancake to be overly thick because it's impossible to pour and it's just a complete pain. So I would say that consistency is about good because it's not completely liquidy. It's still a bit tough to do this, you know, it's not like going through water. So yeah, I think that's about right. Now that we have that all in there, let's put our bacon bits in. So like I said, these are still a little bit hot. It's ideal if you just let them cool, but we're gonna pour them directly in. Still got some fat in there, so I could, you know, I could try pouring that back on the pan because more fat we have, the better. But I'm gonna put this in the sink to clean, and then yeah, then just mix. You just want to kind of evenly get distribution of bacon, so everyone's pancake gets a bacon bit because you don't want people to be left out. Also, I started watching that new Oddball show by Odd Ones Out. I saw the original trailer. I thought it looked a little bit cringe. Then I watched the show. I quite liked it. Well, I watched the first episode of The Toaster. and it was quite good. I like the crocodile. The crocodile was good. All right, and then I got some bacon stuck in my whisk. I don't want to lose that, so I'm gonna put that back in. All right, then next up, we are gonna be cooking the bacon. So I'm gonna put the temperature up, and I'll show you guys that process as well. All right, now that it seems hot enough, I'm gonna pour some pancake mix in there. And yes, this is gonna be obviously a bit tricky to do. So here, I'm gonna try my best to show you guys. But yeah, just pour a little good sized dollop on there. Good sized dollop. I should have waited for this to heat a bit more. And a good size dollop. Oh, that one's a lot bigger. Wow. But yeah, so that's the rough amount I'll do. I'll do like 3 per. And yeah, so spread to. So I got the heat around 350 or so, a bit higher than the bacon because this isn't reheated. This is actually gonna be cooked. And yeah, you're gonna hear it sizzling, but you know, a lot of people have a little bit trouble making pancakes like this, you know, knowing when to turn it over. I've had it where I've had the the inside, like, raw. So, the best trick is you want to wait until the kind of, you'll see this, I'll show you guys, but you'll see the actual edges. The good best way to tell when it's cooked on the underside is you'll see the edges. Right now it looks very glossy, right? If you notice, looks very like it's an actual batter. However, the edges will look a bit more matte. You'll see that they'll start to look a bit more matte and a bit more uniform, and also this will bubble. But the edges will look a bit more matte, and then you can take that and flip it, and then it's usually pretty cooked. So, yeah. So you can see it's starting to sizzle a little bit. Like I said, should have waited for it to heat a little bit longer. But yeah, we're gonna have 3 pancakes out of this. So yeah, I'll come back when it starts, doing the thing. You can even see it right now a little bit, but not really. I'll show you guys a little bit later. All right, so you can kind of see it here. These sides, as you can see, look a little, you can see that little reflection, right? Now so it kind of goes away, that little white reflection, it goes away when you look towards the edges. That means the bottom side is pretty cooked. So we're gonna give that a nice flip. And look at that. You can give it a little squeeze if you want. Perfect little pancake. So flip, squeeze, and hopefully this one's just as cooked. Might be a bit different because it is a bit bigger than the rest. But yeah, flip, cook. And then yeah, we're gonna let that other side cook. And like I said, this one, it's kind of harder to tell when it's done. You kind of have to peek under there, see how it looks. And yeah, but then we'll just throw those all. But as I said before, with that bacon fat, gives this beautiful little crust on the outside that is delicious. So yeah, we're gonna get right back to that. All right, so these are about ready now. So we're just gonna, so you could check the bottom side if you want. So just give it a quick flip just to see. And that looks good. So we're gonna just put them off to the side. This one looks good. Boom. This one. They all look good. So yeah, there you have it. That's how you make some scrumdiddlyumptious bacon pancakes. Give these, ooh, it's a bit hot. But yeah, you can, like I said, the way I like to make them is I like to get 2 pancakes, okay? I like to put peanut butter on one, a little bit of syrup. Then I put another one, I put it on top, boom. Put a little bit of butter and a bit more syrup because I'm an American, god damn it, I like to have excessive breakfasts. But yeah, let's try this out. Oh. Yeah, very good. That makes it, frying it in bacon makes it that much better. Trust me, it works. Like, subscribe, and go watch the 2011 film Rango. All right, have a nice one. Ciao, bye-bye.